quarterback be in a slump? A baseball player can, a golfer can. Can a quarterback be in one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like maybe any player can. But as I said, I don't necessarily feel like I am. So, but I do realize I'm not playing my best ball. I haven't been playing it. Have made some poor decisions, I guess you can say. But that's kind of part of it. I wouldn't say it's slump material, but I'm definitely not up to my standard expectations. And when you play at a high level, that's what you create. So I'm glad people have the same expectations for my game as I do for myself. So that's fine. I'm fully healthy, 100% healthy.
Dak Prescott, earlier this week, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, said that it's fair to say he's in a slump, even though Jerry declined to say he's in a slump. Dak Prescott disagrees that he's in a slump. He says he's healthy, but there's a clear difference between the first 6 games he played this year and the last 6 games he's played. He set a standard early that he's not matching now, and he says he's healthy, so I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on here for a change. The Show Me Something draft for Week 15. Myles, you're up first.
Well, let's stay right there. Show me something, Dak Prescott, right? Like, this is the kind of week where if we're going to say slump, no slump, go to MetLife Stadium where you're playing the lowly Giants and get a slump buster of a game. I think that that's what the Cowboys need to do right now is go in there. You got a team that's just really not that great. They're probably going to change their general manager. They could change their head coach too. Make them want to do that. Make them look as bad as we think that they are. They're starting Mike Glennon again. You know, Daniel Jones is still out, so we still can't see what he's going to be able to do for them long term. I just feel like if there's ever a time for Dak Prescott to get right, it's now where you start this final stretch of the season, what used to be the final quarter of the season. But now that we have 17 games, we can't split the season up into quarters anymore. So when you want to start playing your best football, you want to stop being in a slump, go in there and roll the New York Giants.
Tom Brady has never lost to an opponent 4 straight times in the regular season. He has lost to the Saints 3 straight times. Sunday night, they get together in Tampa Bay, and the Saints have bedeviled Brady's Buccaneers. Not in the postseason, although the Saints should have won. The Saints should have won that game. The Bucs found a way to do it. I say that the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers are under some pressure to show that they have it, to stay on pace with the Packers. Tom Brady, show me something. Finally beat the Saints. Make me look like not an idiot when me and everyone except Drew Brees picks the Buccaneers to win that game as Football Night in America concludes on Sunday. Tom Brady, show me something, Myles.
I like that. Yeah, they do need a win there for sure. I'm going to say show me something Myles Garrett. And it's not that he hasn't shown us the kind of great defensive player that he is, but when you're talking about a Browns team that is missing so many key players, I mean, that could be out due to COVID-19. And again, we don't necessarily know whether or not some of these guys are going to be able to test out of it, but you're potentially starting Nick Mullins at QB. You're going to need some big defensive plays. All right. So can Myles Garrett do the thing that he did last week? Get into the backfield, right? Make a game-changing sack, get the ball loose, maybe pick it up and score another defensive touchdown. That's the kind of things that the Browns are going to need. And so, yeah, I want to see it from Myles Garrett. Be another guy that could make another play that could want you into that defensive player of the year conversation.
Russell Wilson suffered his finger injury against the Rams on a Thursday night in October, and now Russell Wilson gets a chance to face the Rams again with Aaron Donald, with Von Miller, with, well, whoever's available that isn't on the COVID list, because Von currently is. But this is an opportunity for the Seahawks to keep building, and this is an opportunity for Russell Wilson to get the attention of maybe some of these other teams that are starting to make their plans for next year, because we know he doesn't want to be there. He hasn't been great this year. How much of it's the finger? As he gets into the home stretch and as the Seahawks try to do what would be a very impressive turnaround, if they can keep winning and get to the right side of 500 for the 10th straight year and maybe get to the playoffs after they were left for dead, the Russell Wilson market is going to be significantly higher. Show me something, Russell Wilson, in your opportunity, golden opportunity to beat the LA Rams.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Russell Wilson.
All right, we got to take a break.
Do that.
We got to take a break. We'll do the third round of the draft when we conclude this Friday edition of PFT Live right after this. The first 2 picks for each of us. Myles, you are up with round 3.
All right, I'm going to say Mac Jones. You know, the last time we saw Mac Jones, he was only throwing 3 passes, and I think, 1 or 2 were of consequence against the Bills in that crazy, crazy win game that they had on Monday Night Football. I want to see Mac Jones go out there and play really well against the Colts defense. It's probably going to try to take away the run, right? If I'm the Colts, I want to say kind of what we were saying about the Patriots earlier. I want to make the QB beat me in this game. And I think Mac Jones has the capability of making those significant throws, but I want to see it this week. And then he will really solidify himself, I think, if they go in there and beat the Colts as probably the offensive rookie of the year, if he hasn't already over Jamar Chase.
I'm fascinated by that game on Saturday night because of the fact that the Patriots, as you said earlier, will take away Jonathan Taylor, or at least try to, and force the Colts to throw. And I think Frank Reich just look at it and say, and both teams have had 2 weeks to get ready for it too. And you wonder, is somebody going to overthink this? But I think Reich looks at it and says, hey, you want to get into a shootout? We'll get into a shootout. I'll put Carson Wentz up against Mac Jones. And then the Colts take away the run, and Jones has to do it. Yeah, he's going to throw a lot more than 3 passes in that dome on Saturday night. Last one for me, I'm going to go to Monday night. Show me something, Mike Zimmer. Because if you want to save your job, you're not going to go in there and build some lead and then blow it and hold on and, avoid a loss on the last play of the game. Let's have a game where the owners can grab a scotch and light up a cigar and enjoy the final 20 minutes of the game instead of wonder, are we actually going to blow the biggest lead ever in regular season history of the National Football League, which is what it would have been if the Steelers had won that game. If Zimmer has any hope of staying, he's got to have a convincing win on Monday night and then win enough of the final 3 against the Rams, Packers, and Bears, Miles, to get to the playoffs.
I saw you talking about this the other day, right? The most interesting matchup is the Minnesota Vikings versus the lead, because it seems like they always are just in a battle with that. They're going to have the lead at some point, and then are they going to blow it? Are they not? Are they going to be able to hold off the team from getting into the end zone? Are they going to be able to come back and do whatever they need to do? It's just one of these roller coaster weird years for them. And I don't know if this is something that you want to keep doing, because look, at a certain point, you just are who you are, and that's who the Vikings are.
The team is the reflection of the coach. This all goes up to the coach to the extent that they lose focus when they get ahead. They get complacent. They don't have the killer instinct. When you get the opponent on the ropes, you punch them through. That's what the Vikings need to do. We're through. Thanks for some of your time. We'll see you at 5 o'clock Eastern for PFT PM. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.